would you look at that? It's the apocalypse. Everyone is pretty much dead. There is not much left on Earth. America is basically just a bunch of flattened buildings. All that's left is Greenland, which is also quite a few flattened buildings, and an airport. But the question remaining is, can the world come back from this? With a full 2,959 population, $2 million in debt, it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh wait, that's unrelated. But the main question today is, can a city skyline city on the world come back from an absolute apocalypse? But look, even Africa has turned into an ocean. Well, looks like giant lakes, actually. Not quite an ocean, but that's quite a bit of water. The main interchanges have been destroyed. The traffic needs to route through the old commercial center instead. But really, can we survive? Well, that question will be answered. But first, let's look at just how much damage there is to the world. Look, the tsunami is actually returning from the other side. Okay, so we may have to ask that woman to politely be quiet. She is very loud. So the first thing that we're going to notice is that Greenland was, in fact, our last beacon of hope when we did set things up last time during the disaster. We set up a cargo airport hub. Oh, nice. And we set up an airport. These work together to get people and materials into the world. Now the issue is, if anything happens that cuts off power to the rest of the world, like for example a thunderstorm, there is absolutely nothing we can do about it. So we have to actually hope that the world survives. Like for example, we just lost power to our radio mast. That's an issue. If a large part of the world loses power, like Brazil just lost power, which is really unfortunate, but there's nothing we can do about it. Can we come back? Oh, goodbye, Brazil. You're done. Losing power, that's an awful way to go. America has not quite lost power, but there are fires that have started. And it looks like Africa and Europe still have power. Yikes. This is pretty brutal. Let's get a 9 times speed, go through. It doesn't seem like it's quite the end. Uh-oh, is that a power complaint? No, it isn't. So it looks like South America is out for the count. There is no way to get power into this entire continent now because the one way that the power got in has fallen apart, and that was from North America to South America, which is really unfortunate. So the question now is, we've lost Brazil. What do we do now? Well, the first thing we should do is probably look into our expenses. A big part of our expenses is coming from roads, but I don't want to rip those down. The next most expensive thing is public transit, which we are losing 17,000 from. Holy moly. But where is that? Where are we actually spending that much money? That's destroyed. It's gotta be the lines going across, actually. Again, I don't want to destroy any existing infrastructure. I feel like that's kind of cheating because there's nobody to actually do that. I feel like we have to try to encourage people to move in and try very hard to bring the world back, slowly but surely. I mean, if we really have to, I will start ripping down a bit of infrastructure, but we kind of lose the apocalypse look if we do that. Looking around the world, the global ocean is beginning to calm down a little bit. I mean, not by a ton, but things are getting a little bit normal. Wow, the water level in the Great Lakes is way higher still. Way higher than it used to be. But we can see it's very slowly draining out. That woman needs... Oh my god. Audio. Emergency broadcast volume 0%. There we go. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, it's so sad because Brazil is like one of the most quickly growing areas in the world. Ah, it was doing so well. We can't really cut them off though because they still have people in the shelter. Only 7, but that's at least something. The population is going up at the moment. And that is definitely being helped by the fact that we still have an airport and a cargo airport in the world. They are doing their best. And we are rescuing people as well. The natural disaster people are going out and helping. It looks like Quebec is actually coming back to life. Slowly but surely. With little households coming back. Tree industry actually exists as well. The question is, how well can they do? Can they actually survive for, like, an extended period of time? Now, we are going at 9 times speed, and there are some problems that are seriously facing the world. Like, if a fire breaks out, there's nothing we can really do about it, unless the, firemen all the way from Greenland make it across. But we do have every essential, resource. We do have water, we have electricity. I mean, again... Will we survive? There's nobody to bail us out, really. There's only what's here. Buildings are springing up. The question is, why is the population still dropping? It looks like the majority of the problems are over with. At least in Greenland, things are looking good. I guess it may just be the rest of the world that's leaving. Yikes. No, that's quite the population change, I will admit. Where is the population dropping? Well, Texas has 37 people. The Southeast has 13. The East Coast has 5. The Midwest actually has 255, likely because it was very close to the shelter. That let them out. 29 in the Great Plains. And the West is at 24. Wow, everything's doing really poorly. Mexico at 41. 41 in Mexico. It looks like America is really doing the best out of everyone. Probably because of its proximity to Greenland, the supplies are getting across pretty easily. And we can actually see buildings coming back. I mean, are they high quality? No. But they are existent. I mean, people are moving in very slowly. And look, we've got some green again. Isn't that exciting? Honestly, it only takes a little bit of revitalization to raise property values and begin turning things around. The issue is going to be that massive heap of debt that the world is sitting on. When the world is in such a massive heap of debt, it's very challenging to get anything done. There are still 2,000 people in the European shelter, which is actually good news. I mean, there are people who are ready to move back into the world. Wow. The electric lines are being absolutely destroyed. Hopefully the ones that connect everything, all the major continents together, aren't destroyed, because the thunderstorm is pretty bad. We're getting lots of thunderstorms lately. Oh my god. In Africa, massive skyscrapers that were once prominently displayed in the world are now burning down. This is quite the apocalypse. Oh wow, something put out the fire. That's impressive. Greenland's doing a really good job of saving the rest of the world. Good guy, Greenland. How many people actually live? I guess we're gonna have to make it into a district. That's important. Oh my god. Quebec is burning down. Hopefully Greenland can fix that problem. Greenland. Okay. No! Caps lock. Greenland. Okay, 915 people. Quebec. Oh, the fire's over. Okay. You know what we can do that'll make people happy and cost relatively little? Whoa! Turn up the healthcare. Whoa! Turn this up and this. I mean, it's not like we're ever gonna have to pay back the debt in the first place because there's nothing we can really do about it. It'll create small amounts of happiness over here, cause people to upgrade and move into Greenland, and you know, the rest of the world just gets a little bit happier as well. Let's look at land value. Okay, so land value is absolutely destroyed in the United States, Brazil, which is now double dead because of the electric issues. I forget. Well, everywhere the land value is absolutely destroyed by all the rubble. Yeah. It looks like Europe is going up a little bit as people actually move back in, which is kind of nice. Thank God we put this little spot here to get people across this toll booth. But Greenland actually has a little bit of green sneaking in there. Wow. Isn't that impressive? It looks like Greenland is actually becoming a somewhat nice place to live, with 1,000 people here, just, you know, chilling. As long as that population continues to rise, the world has a chance at survival. The cargo planes are bringing in all the supplies they need. They have all the services they need, and airports should be bringing in people, although they aren't really. We're kind of depending on population growth from births right now. Why aren't people coming in by airplane? Oh! Oh no, that's not the right thing. You see, that's an issue. Do we have an issue with it, like, not being connected to the lines? I mean, we definitely do have an airline going all the way through here. I think there's just... Wait, who's that? Oh, that's cargo. All these cargo planes, sadly. Just not people. We need people. But there are people moving through the world, and I find that really exciting. Let's take a look at the street. So, things aren't looking great, but they are looking better. Are there any policies that we can put in place to help out? Maybe. I think we're gonna implement a worldwide policy at this point because everyone's dead by now. We're gonna put fast recovery on. So fast recovery time. Okay. We can do it. We can save the world. We can save the world. It looks like the population is actually now growing, which is exciting. It's a little bit of hope for a world that has no hope. I don't know why no planes are coming to this airport, though. That's the most worrying thing to me. We have nobody coming in. Maybe because nobody wants to come into a dead planet where everything is destroyed. But it's Earth, come on. Someone's gotta like it. I mean, the population is probably increasing just from people leaving the emergency shelters. That's probably the main source of population increase right now. That appears to be it. Which makes absolute sense. It's just like, we need to get some people from elsewhere soon. But the population is slowly going up. That's actually really exciting. Greenland is definitely trying to make an attempt. Okay, so let's talk about how we're going to try to save the world. How are we going to make money? How are we going to fix the problems of the world? If you de-zone destroyed areas, does it get rid of the buildings? I'm gonna take that as a no. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of intense, but we're gonna start, like, ripping down all of the rubble in areas that are building up. It'll make the locals happy, and it'll give us some areas where there's a clear ability for growth. So we're gonna send the people out to clean up. Clean up, clean up, everyone is dead. Wow, it's gonna look a lot better when all this is cleaned up. Look at that. Florida, looking good. Tourist area, I don't think so. I think it's more of a dead area now. Darn, Orlando not looking very nice. But, okay, so we need to leave big buildings because those can be repaired at some point to become useful. But normal buildings just don't make sense to leave. All of these, all of them, completely useless. The abandoned buildings as well. It just doesn't make sense to have abandoned buildings. All it does is it upsets the locals. And look! New people are moving in! We're at 3,000 population now, which may not seem very exciting, but it's a tiny bit of hope. It's a tiny bit of hope for somewhere that really had no hope. It looks like the Eastern United States and Canada are going to be working together very hard to fix the world. And by fix the world, I mean rebuild literally everything. Oh, these are special buildings, but I can't tell what they are. So I'm still gonna kind of delete them. Okay, so as it stands, we are clearing up a lot of messy area. Wait, this is still on? No! Oh my god, look at all the people! Yes! You know what, I'm not even going to complain because look at all the people that we have. Oh my god. That's such a massive boost to the local population. Look at them all going home. Oh man. That's fantastic. Oh, that's going to help with our budget quite a bit. Even though our budget is completely dead, that's still going to help. And we're at 3,500 people now. Wow, all those people just got let out. Is there anywhere else I forgot about? I'm gonna listen for emergency sirens. I mean, they're all dead. Another one! It must have had them set as still on when I saved because there were still people left in it. No way! Okay, wait, this brings a slight amount of hope to the city. We're letting all of these people out. Okay, so does that mean everything reset to being evacuating? Okay, they're being released. What about India? Saudi Arabia? Yeah, it reset them all! So we can let everyone out. This is actually super good news. Like, really, really good news. We're actually getting people back into the world. Nothing in the Middle East, but India had one. Oh, they're already leaving. Okay. And bad news is that they aren't really even leaving. They're just kind of disappearing. That's not good. China, nope. It looks like that may have been all of our good luck right there. But you know what? It's something at least. We just... Oh no, America's lost power. Oh no. Quickly. We're not going to let this die. Wait, where did it lose power? What happened? Oh my god, that's like really unfortunate. That one little bit there broke. Okay, how are we going to fix this? We're going to fix it with a free prop or something. There's got to be something in this game that's free to plop. Something? Come on. There must be one thing in this game that I can place down for free. Oh, well, that's sad. That's really sad. Okay, new plan. Move the electrical pole by 4 feet. Yay! Everyone's saved! Wow, isn't that nice? At some point, I may run out of poles, though. I wonder if I could do the same thing here, although that's a little bit more cheaty, because that's legitimately broken. Yeah, I'm gonna call that legitimately broken, because there's like a break in the line. It's not like the buildings have retreated. Over here, the building just went away. If this line broke, I think we'd have to just let it stay dead. Okay, we're at almost 4,000 population. The deficit is down to 77,000, but our total deficit is down to 7.6 million. That's to put that into perspective. Here's the population, which is slowly recovering. Here's the city treasury. The most money we ever had on hand was 4 million. We spent so much of it trying to solve the problem, and now that everyone's dead, it's also accelerating as well, because we improved all those services. It's not looking good, but it's getting better. And you know what? We can even try to raise taxes now that we gave them better services. I think we can raise them to 13% without anyone complaining. And that should drop the deficit, or the weekly deficit, a bit. There we go. Now it's only 70. Oh, under 70. Nice. Look at that. And now we've hit 4,000 population. Greenland is now a bustling hub of hope. There is hope. And it is Greenland. Getting rid of all these broken buildings to make people a little bit happier. That's a hospital, so we're gonna leave it to be rebuilt at some point when we have the money to. Why did people abandon? That's sad. Why would people abandon this great area? There's literally nowhere else to go. Unless they're abandoning life, which would be really sad. Okay, so we've fixed that. This is just like a ghost city. Oh, we can shut this off. These cost a lot of money, actually. And there's no reason to have the shelters. They do nothing for us now. They're 2,400 each. If they've got no one in them, why not shut them off? Okay, they've got quite a few people in them, so we're gonna leave them. Europe was... Oh, no, they've still got quite a few as well. But we can see traffic returning to the roads. That's a very important sign of life. Minus 65,000. You know, it may not be much, but we are fighting. We are fighting the debt. Slowly but surely. The issue is fighting the debt when we have so darn little services. Greenland is literally everything. If some disaster were to hit, it would be over. Come on. You can keep it up, Greenland. So many supplies are coming into the city from Greenland as well. It's very impressive. But the population is going up. 1,600. The East Coast, 54. Over in the Midwest, 400. Quebec with 567. The areas close to Greenland are doing the best. And they aren't doing poorly either. They're alive. Just not the best they've ever been. Okay. As it continues, the population is hitting a little bit of a tough spot again. But again, it's something. The population is rising from its lowest point, which was about 2,100. It's almost doubled from that point, so at least it's something. Wow, Spain actually has 120 people. Most of the buildings in Spain have actually rebuilt. That's very impressive. Actually, Europe in general is doing pretty well. We can try to help out by getting rid of these abandoned buildings and improving property values. For those who are actually, like, not dead. I like how the bankruptcy alert is still going off. And we're $8 million in the hole. That's just... great job, game. I never noticed that we were about to go bankrupt. Thank you for reminding me. Is there even a point in having these disaster centers? I mean, they're pretty well, I guess when it comes to expenses, that's an expense we can spare. Okay, Greenland is now the capital of the world. No longer will they be a joke about their population or anything, because they are the most populated and most successful country. Yeah, anyone who lives in Greenland, congratulations. Your country is now saving the world by being somewhat successful. But guys, I think that's going to be it for our first episode of Bringing the World Back. I mean, have we done anything that's like super breathtakingly saving the world? No. However, we are starting to get a bit of money back from taxation. Our city value is still not absolute trash. And the best part, okay, happiness is still doing pretty terrible. Tourist tax income, nothing. Students, none. Available jobs going up a little bit now. The birth rate is up, actually, which is good. Death rate is also up, which is bad. Influx is 0. Hopefully that goes up. Population change, meh. But the city budget is, when we compare the city budget to taxation, look, it's getting a little bit closer. And then at some point, it should cross. And when it crosses, we're going to be paying off the debt. So that'll be fantastic, right? Absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Best president. I understand basic economics. We're not just going to print more money to solve the problem. We are going to solve the problem properly. So thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed trying to save the world. And if you like the series, you know what to do. Hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell and consume the world. Maybe not the last one, but hail Vooperia. We'll save Earth. It's going to be okay.